No, me?
Not you.
Hey, welcome to the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast, episode number 72. Thanks for popping that up right there. That was a nice talking right up to the bridge right there. So that's Just Joe, and we appreciate him. You should follow him, Joe Altier or Just Joe. You should definitely be following him. The videos that he's put out recently are just a whole nother level.
It's funny because he sends me the like the previews before they go up.
Really?
So I get, and they're great. But yeah, check out Joe, and there's something big coming up with Joe. Big,
something big.
You'll see.
Yep. Now we're waiting for our county executive, who's going to join us in several minutes. Talk about a couple of things, going on. I drove past the Micron site on the way out to the inner sanctum, where we are safely ensconced. By the way, in case you were wondering, we are. Even though it's cold out, and the Micron site is more than impressive. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So, when I was a kid, every once in a while, maybe once a month in the summer, my dad would say, "Let's go for a ride," right? For all of us. That was a big thing back then. So I suggest you.
My dad did the same thing. Let's go for a ride.
I know.
Never tell you where you're going.
Yeah, we just go somewhere. He knew where we were going. We didn't. But I suggest you do that with your family or yourself. Just go ride by the site. If you don't believe that it's coming, and you won't believe the scope of it. That's the thing that really shocks me. And I'm very, very familiar with that area. And you just can't believe it. You just can't believe how large it is. So,
and it changes daily.
It does. It really does. Because I was out here not that long ago, a couple of days ago, and it's crazy how it changes and how fast it changes. Even today, I mean, they're already leveling part of it. That's how crazy it is. It's going to be lightning speed. I mean, they even have bigger earth movers than they're using out there. I just don't know if Gilbane has them. I'm sure they do. This has got to be their biggest project ever.
Oh, ever.
It's got to be. So, and it looks like they're setting up to live there. Some people are going to be living out there, or at least staying out there. I know they'll have security and stuff, but it looks like they're making themselves comfortable out there with all the trailers and stuff. So, I suggest that you take a ride and see what's going on out there. If you don't believe that things are actually progressing, they are, and very, very quickly. So, before we're still waiting for the county executive, but that's fine. I did want to mention that the yahoos of the week, and I will talk about this a little bit later, are all the high schools that refuse to play CBA now because CBA recruits players, evidently. That's what the charge is. And we'll talk about that. But the good news of the week.
So you're against them pulling out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into this
I think there's
conversation later.
There's a better solution, I think. They do recruit, by the way. They won't admit it, but of course they do.
That's why the other teams are angry.
Yes. Yeah. All right. We'll get into it because I don't want to get into it and then have to stop. The good news of the week is all the state champions that came from our area, and it's great. It's great to see, especially the small schools when they win a state championship. It's so fantastic to see that. In the bigger schools, it's almost getting to be like Division III college football. It's almost that level. So I like to see the smaller schools do really well. And I think we even have, it's not this season, but we have 8-man football in this area now. And we have a state champion from this area too. I can't remember which small town it is, but that's really cool to me. So that's the good news of the week. See, here's the thing. CBA is not free. Okay.
Not at all.
And my kids went there for 5 years each.
That's right.
Okay.
I now remember that. Yes.
So, we had to make a lot of sacrifices to send them there. But if you're a kid in the area and you think that you're Division I worthy, right? I'd try to go there. Now, it's by now, I think it's $15K, maybe it's even $20K now in high school a year. It was 10 or 12 when my kids went. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a sacrifice.
It's more than community college.
Yes, it is. Now, you also have to pass an exam to get in, all right? But they offer scholarships that they can help people who need the help. If you got a perfect score on the entrance exam, I believe you could go free. And that's very rare. So it's so what they do is they offer scholarships, and if you're a Division I player and you can get some help going there, and that you're going to go to a Division I school after that. I don't know. I'd want my kid to go there, but I get their point, and I understand why it's not fair, and it's not fair. So what's the solution? Not play them? I mean, what do you do with them then? That's kind of weird to me. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I really don't.
And Baldwinsville was the only one that stayed.
Yes.
So what are they going to do next season? Well, I guess we'll have to find out what they're going to do next season.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too bad. I mean, it really is. I don't get it, but I don't
blame them.
I don't
really
either.
don't.
I mean, I get it because they're always undefeated. They're crazy good. And they also have a very nice facility, although not the best. And they have a great coaching staff and have for a long, long time. And a great program. And once you get that, and once you get that reputation, people want to go there. Now, in the other schools, this is another thing. In the other schools, you have to move into their district to go there. You don't have to do that at CBA. It's a private school.
And I'm sure there's some sort of recruiting going on in the other schools too, just not.
Yeah, there is, but it's rarer because you have to move there.
Right.
Now, there's ways around that, but it's difficult. And why would you do that? If you get caught, then the kid's out anyway. So,
I mean,
now you're hurting kids. I just don't want to see NIL start in high school. Okay. And this is kind of edging toward that. There's a lot of CBAs in other cities, and, I'm sure they do the same thing, but I get the other programs and I get why they're upset. I really do. So I don't know that not playing them is the answer. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're having problems, with the county exec because he's been trying to get in, but something's going on.
It's good. I got an email saying it's good to go. Maybe he's having a little technical difficulties.
It's not on our end, is it?
No.
All right.
No, we're good.
We have technical difficulties almost every week. It's like a hallmark of the show.
It's when you have this kind of thing, when you have all these moving parts.
Yeah, we're not a professional setup.
I mean,
you've made it a professional setup. It's super nice, but we're not in a studio where a lot of people do it.
And there's not like an ISDN line coming in with
right. Right. I just read something recently that said some of the big time podcasters are having problems making money now because there's 17 billion podcasters now. We do our little thing.
That's it.
See, he's got a guy. We need a guy.
You got to have a guy.
We got to have a guy. He's got a guy.
Lurch has got a guy. Well, I mean, I'm kind of your guy, but I need a guy.
You got to put him up there for a minute. This is hilarious. Put him up there. Do it. Put him, I have to say, look at this. He's got a guy. He looks like, he ran away. He looked like ball cap too, by the way. Or you can bring him down.
You got a guy.
You can bring him down until Ryan's ready to go. Ryan's looking a little bit upset there. He has a guy.
He's got a guy.
He actually looked like Justin Timberlake a little bit. But we have to have a guy that comes in, points around.
That's it.
And then
like when last week when the thing
this guy is back
hit off the desk, the guy would have picked it up.
Yes, the guy would have picked it up, taken care of it. That's why we have to have a guy. And I would like to have like when we start making tons of money on this and it gets popular, I need a guy that would hold an umbrella for me outside
as you come in.
Yeah, gotta have an umbrella just in case it's too
red
sunny.
Carpet.
And security. We need a security dude, some big dude. Bigger than you. So I mean tall, but we like 6'8", 380, all muscle.
I was watching something on TikTok the other day. What's the Messi, the big soccer player, his personal security guy?
Oh man.
It's like this big muscled up dude, but he's faster than Messi. Like a guy comes out of the stands and he's there even before you it's like he portals there. Should we bring him up?
That's what you
Let me see.
He's sitting there. I don't know if he's ready or not.
There he is.
I'm here.
There he is.
I've been here the whole time. I don't know.
Oh, you have?
Going on.
We need a guy, man. We need a guy. That's what I know. All right. So I want to talk first quickly about the Micron site because Bill and I have been talking about it. I can't believe it. I can't believe how it changes so quickly, almost daily, and how big it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that was good advice you gave for people to take a drive and check it out because it's going to change so rapidly as well. It was just a bunch of trees right before, and now you have a site. They're going to be They're already done with the first phase of the construction. They're going to be right now. They're procuring all these vendors, essentially $1 billion worth of vendors to start the excavating, to start putting in the utilities, leveling off the ground so that they can be pouring the foundation for the fab in 26. Maybe even starting going vertical for what they call weather tight construction, which is basically like building a small city and making sure the rain doesn't get in.
Yeah.
And so it's insane. And one of the things, and we'll talk about this more this week, is just at the state of the county, but we have our 2 wastewater projects that are going to be going at the same time. In that neighborhood, you're literally going to have probably in 26 3,000 construction workers, and in 27 there's probably going to be at times 8,000 human beings building infrastructure and building fabs. And like I mean, buckle up, because the work we've been doing to prepare for this, with the supply chain companies and whatnot, that's going to start to hit. And a lot of these companies got to build new because we just don't have the warehousing, or we don't have the facilities for gas and chemical suppliers. So it's going to get wild.
Okay, so that was I'm so thankful you mentioned that. So gas suppliers and other chemical suppliers. Now we're talking about, you got to be real careful environmentally, right?
Yeah, some of these, one of the things with the industrial wastewater that we're building, which it gives us a clear and distinct advantage to recruit these companies, because they need it. They need that specific wastewater infrastructure because of the product they make. And the product they make, oftentimes you don't want to transport it certainly long periods of time from a public safety standpoint, but also from a quality standpoint. Shipping it. So, if you think about some of the supply chain sites we have developed within proximity, especially White Pine South, right across the street,
Right.
that's like the premier location for these types of companies, and for us, because they're just moving their product to Micron literally across the street, and sometimes maybe even potentially underground.
Oh, there's a little tip for you. Producer Billy going to build a secret tunnel underground to.
Well, I was in Taiwan, Jim, and one of the companies was like, "Well, it'd be perfect if I can just put my pipe and bring it to them underground." I said, "Well, you got to talk to them about that, but
it's like
there's no
it's
better
like Disney.
spot.
It's like Disney. That's right.
Than being right there, right?
That's awesome. It is.
It's the utilidor.
So there's one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I've noticed this recently, and it surprised me. Okay. Because I follow you everywhere on social media. Your posts are getting political, and they're getting partisan, more partisan than I've seen, especially against the governor. Why is that?
Well, I don't know if it would be. My role is I'm also the president of the County Executive Association. We're a bipartisan group. I think the way we look at something in Albany is, and actually, I think the governor kind of is on our side on one of the issues you're probably referencing. The pension reform was a recent one. Again, the labor unions went to the state legislature, didn't engage with us, and our concern is that they're going to pass legislation and then move that cost to local governments.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
You just can't afford it, right?
It's
Tier
too
6.
much,
And they're talking about Tier 6, right? And probably 40% of our workforce is in Tier 6. We've been working off of the rules before I was county executive, since Joni was executive in 2012. And financially, we've been off those rules. So if you're going to change years of service requirements so you can retire, and maybe you should, if you can, from a 40 to a 30-year career, like maybe you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that costs money though. And the other one being the from the contributions employees put in.
Right.
The reason why the pension tiers changed is because governments couldn't afford the benefits they were giving, and so that's why it changed. So to go backwards doesn't change the fact that we can't afford those. We never could. Before, we couldn't afford Tier 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That's why there is a Tier 6. And so our whole position with Albany is, if you're going to change something and you believe in it, pay for it. And the
Well, the
idea that
state never does that. They always
they
hand down
don't.
unfunded
Right.
mandates all the time.
Right. And that's what this could be, Jim. And so I don't know. I don't even think really from this is the legislature is doing this right now, not the governor. I do think there's going to be some changes. I do think maybe you could live with the changes at the local level if you had time to plan for them moving forward. But a retroactive changing the contribution levels, somebody's got to pay for the 14 years where, difference, right? And
Yes.
that will lead to two things. One, um, revenue hikes, which means higher taxes,
Right.
or two, cuts, which means less bodies doing the services. There's no way around it. And I think the other post you're probably referencing is the CLCPA.
Yes.
It's failed. Right. And I do think the governor just this week is essentially doing kind of what we suggested should happen. It does not mean the goals were bad. It just hasn't worked. And it was passed under Governor Cuomo.
Yeah, the method is bad. The method's
yeah,
bad. The way they're going about it is bad.
Yeah, our ability to power the state of New York on solar panels and wind farms doesn't make sense, let alone where, because of that strategy, they're now trying to pop up these solar panels and wind farms where they shouldn't go.
Right.
And they're taking away local control. But I'm very encouraged by the nuclear movement, right? It's the cleanest energy you have. We already do it. We do it really well. It will create a lot of jobs for Central New Yorkers. And it can work, right? And so the other thing too that I think, like, since this was enacted, natural gas is a lot cleaner. And so the idea that natural gas is just like this, nasty material, that's just not really the facts anymore. And so when you have the energy costs that have gone up the way they have, and much of it is due to some factors outside the state's control, but some factors inside the state's control.
Mhm.
You pay money for some of these green projects that don't pencil out, you subsidize them.
Mhm.
And when
That's right.
we just saw these utility hikes, Jim, everybody felt it. Every human being felt it, no matter how much money you make. And you're being double and triple taxed because of that, because your school districts are going to need more money from you. Your county government is going to need more money from you. Your town government is going to need more money from you to pay for these costs. So this is a serious issue. And I think you got to delay the CLCPA,
Mhm.
or you got to get rid of it and start over. And it's okay to start over if things didn't work out. The
They're
goals
not
were
going to
good.
do that. They're not
Yeah,
going to do that.
but the bus electrification stuff,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just stupid. And
Yeah.
we're in a housing crisis. Let's electrify the housing on all the housing we have to build, which is going to cost $30,000 more per unit.
Yeah.
And you pay for that, the consumer, right?
Right.
And
Yep.
so the builder doesn't eat that. And so I guess I don't really think of it partisan. I think of it as calling balls and strikes. And certainly if you ask me, on the pension stuff, it's a bipartisan Albany support right now. I'm okay if you want to look at 40 years to 30 years moving forward, or if you want to go backwards, that's fine. But then the state needs to cover the costs.
Yeah.
And if they cover the costs and all of it, I don't care. But that's not, to your point, what usually happens.
Yeah, no, it never happens, and they never voluntarily pay for anything. So it's crazy. This goes back to, and even Nick Puro's reign and Mulroy's reign, that these unfunded mandates that the state just hands out to counties saying, "Oh, here's a great idea. Yeah, you pay for that." No, we can.
Yeah, we're basically an extension of the state when it comes to service delivery, as you know. And we're, just so everybody understands, Medicaid, we pay $100 million into the Medicaid. At 48 other states in New York, counties don't pay into it at all. And we have no control over the program, the size, the scope, the menu of services.
No.
But what the state will tell us every year, and they'll threaten us with it, and they're right, is there was a good proposal by Governor Cuomo at the time to cap Medicaid cost growth to counties. And it has allowed us at the local level to budget efficiently and actually cut your property taxes because of that. But they threaten us. Well, we don't have to keep the cap, right? If they remove the cap on Medicaid on their program that they don't manage well, it would destroy local governments. It would destroy us. And so for them to, but like, that's kind of like the underlying threat every year in Albany they have over counties is we could remove the cap. The program's growing a lot. Well, no S, Sherlock. It's growing a lot. You don't manage it. And so, like, if you want us to control the growth, let us manage it. And so I think overall, I'm not trying to be partisan. I'm just trying to call balls and strikes. And certainly, if you wanted to talk, there's things you could turn on me at the federal level, and I'm sure you probably say, "Oh, there's the bipartisan, flamethrower that he always is."
Yeah, it just caught me by surprise, and I knew you were coming on, so I wanted to ask you about it. We appreciate your time as always, Ryan. Thank you so much for carving some out for us, and we'll talk again real soon because that Micron site to me is just amazing.
No, it's wild, and people, hopefully, people are starting to really get excited about it.
I hope so. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Jim.
See you later.
Yeah, so he's right in a lot of ways because the state can't say to Onondaga County, yeah, you got to pay $40 million in, like back or whatever, what they're trying to do. I would probably benefit from that. I'd have to really check into it. I'm a Onondaga County retiree. They went through this before, and I benefited actually because I was allowed to retire earlier than I was going to a year earlier because of the rules that they changed back then. So I retired at 64, so that's 3 years ago, 4 years ago, almost in next January. So, I mean, they're changing it again, and you just can't dump that money down on counties. You just can't. But his stuff is getting more partisan. He can't fool me. It's funny. It really is. But he is the head of the county executive association. So he's in a position where he can be a little bit more. The argument in New York State has always been that counties should not have to pay for Medicaid. They don't do it in other states. $100 million. That's an aquarium.
Speaking of, I drove by there. I had to take my daughter to the dentist yesterday, to her orthodontics office, Pachorix in Camillus, and I drove by and I'm like, I can't wait to see that open. I just want to see it.
Yeah, well, everybody will.
I mean, I've been to the massive one in Baltimore in the Inner Harbor.
Yeah, I have not been there.
It's gorgeous. That one's gorgeous.
I went to Mystic, Connecticut, and that's a famous one on the East Coast.
Yep.
It's overrated. I went to one in California in San Diego in La Jolla area, which was remarkable. I've never been to the one in Boston. I heard that was really good.
Boston's one I've heard is very good.
So I'm anxious to see it. Why not? I don't think it's not the kind of place that you're going to go all the time. It's going to be a place where but it's not, it's not for just us. No. Like Destiny was not for us. It's for everyone else. So I don't know. It's a controversial project. I don't know. We'll see. I think it adds to quality of life, certainly. And if it spurs more development in the Inner Harbor, that would be great. If more things sprang up around it and with it, I think people would accept it more.
I have a feeling that the Inner Harbor is going to be in more use next summer because of Clinton
the festivals,
Square.
Right? Yeah, right.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on?
We shall move on. It's that time of year.
It is.
Greatest time of the year. It's the greatest time of the year.
I agree. Explain, Bill.
It is baseball season.
And Jason Smorol, who leads our Syracuse Mets as a general manager, is here. Jason, how are you, man? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Super awesome to be here. How you guys fellas doing today?
Oh, we're fantastic. Bill's all fired up.
We're only 24 hours away from real baseball, Jason.
Yes.
Real baseball.
Well, we had that WBC. That was amazing.
That was real baseballs, and that's why I'm more amped now. And I explained this to Brent X last week. I'm more amped now because of the World Baseball Classic than I normally am because that was some good baseball.
That was awesome.
How great was that? It was so fun, so exciting. Team Italy. I mean,
yes.
Dominican versus Puerto Rico, some of the upsets, and then there was 34 players that had played for the Chiefs or the Mets in the World Baseball.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Almost every team had a former Syracuse Chief on it or Met, mostly Mets.
That is cool. I did not know that. That's awesome. So
the last game, the starting pitcher was Nolan McLean. He was here last year.
Yep.
Bryce Harper, former Syracuse Chief, hit the tying home run.
That's awesome. And McLean is going to be a superstar. He really
Yeah,
is.
he's a good kid.
Is he?
Oh, he's a great. Yeah, it's just and you could just tell when he was here, he was built for it. Like we have Jonah Tong, and he's just a young, aw shucks, super nice Canadian. He's kind of like a regular kid versus McLean was locked in. He seemed like a big leaguer. He was ready for the big leagues.
Really?
Yeah,
So
you kind of know by their demeanor of who's really ready to go upstairs or not.
who's next, do you think, as far as the prospects ready to go for you guys?
Probably Tom.
Yeah.
We got some great pitchers at the sea. I don't even know who our team is at this point. We're still waiting on the final roster. It's got to be pretty close, but Tong's a great pitcher. Clifford's coming here. This AJ Ewing, Weniger, he could be the next man up. So the thing about Syracuse is we're an extension of the New York Mets. We had 308 player moves last year.
Wow.
At some point, every night, you could literally come here on a Tuesday and then Wednesday see somebody that was just on the field playing for the Mets. Mostly it's pitchers that go up and down, and as needed, obviously, as injuries take place. But when they need, if a catcher goes down, they take our best catcher. If a hitter goes down upstairs, they need a bat sitting on the bench. They take whoever's hot down here. So, will Mauricio start down here? They kind of have a luxury of riches upstairs, which is beneficial to us, is that they don't have room for all these players, so they got to come here. So, the AAA is kind of a weird league in that respect, but every team that comes through here, whether it's the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Cleveland Indians or whoever the teams are that we play, the Toledo Mud Hens are going to be here. The top prospects in all of baseball are in the Detroit Tigers organization. They're going to be playing in Syracuse. We don't know who they are because they're Detroit Tigers players. And it's kind of like the World Baseball Classic. I love that first baseman. Apparently, he's been a major leaguer for years for the Kansas City Royals. I never heard of the guy, and now I love the guy. He had 3 home runs, drank some espresso. It was fantastic.
That's why the World Baseball Classic has gotten it's such a brilliant move by Major League Baseball to get everyone fired up for what's coming up. And this season should be really, really exciting.
And putting it where they did this season was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some games in Puerto Rico. They did Miami. They did Houston. I think there's another international site that
Japan.
Japan. Yeah. So it's exciting. Baseball's great. It's a long season. Opening day is this coming Tuesday. The boys they're getting settled today. I saw Tong this morning. He picked up his car. I saw an Ontario license plate, so I knew it was him because he's Canadian. So they're finding their places to live. Tomorrow we'll have a little practice. Tomorrow is media day. We'll have a little practice on Thursday. Then Thursday they'll get on the bus and go to Worcester, and they open on the road in Worcester Friday night. So it's just kind of a whirlwind start to the season, and then we have the weekend to kind of get ourselves tidied up here and ready for opening day on Tuesday.
And you've got a guarantee in place once again.
53-degree guarantee, because the horrible people in Rochester, led by the world's most horrible person, Dan Mason, they only do a 50-degree guarantee because they don't like their fans or their community. We love Syracuse so much that we do a 53-degree guarantee.
Beautiful.
And I can almost guarantee
it's not going to be 53 degrees. If it's 53 degrees, it's beautiful in Syracuse in March.
Yeah.
So then everybody wins. But if it doesn't get to be 53 degrees, as on our currently broken temperature thing in our outfield that says the time, it doesn't say the temperature, then anybody that has a ticket for opening day can redeem that ticket for any game for the rest of April and May.
Nice.
That's cool.
And we finished May with that great fireworks extravaganza for the Memorial Day weekend.
Oh.
Do you see Craig Kimbrell playing in Syracuse?
I hope so. I don't know what he's going to do with his. I read in the New York Post that he was thinking about just staying in Ready in Florida. Maybe not coming up here. Kind of cold for pitchers is not. I guess it could be good because the hitters come out when it warms up. So, maybe the little northern climates is good for him as he's trying to figure out his next spot.
Especially
so
being,
I hope he does come.
especially being used to that Atlanta heat down there.
Yeah, it's quite a shock to the system when they show up here because
Yeah,
it's not 80 degrees.
it might
and
snow
sunny.
in May here.
Welcome to Syracuse, boys.
Oh, they love it.
All right, Jason, we look forward to it, man. Bill and I, we both love the Syracuse Mets. We love everything you do out there. You do it right. You take care of the fans. It's an awesome time at the ballpark for very little money, and we look forward to the season, man.
Yeah, we're going to be doing live music this year. We got the Chevy live music
Saw that
area, so we're going to have happy hours and live music every Friday night. We got a new local eats, so we're bringing in a new a local restaurant to take over a concession stand for an entire homestand. So opening week will be Who Wants Smoke Barbecue. We got PB&J's Lunchbox coming in after them, and then we're going to be announcing the rest of the local restaurants. They'll take a whole 6-day homestand and get to have some different food out there. We have all kinds of fun stuff going on this season. So have your listeners go to SyracuseMets.com for the great promotions and fun and Dollar Thursdays and Kids Eat Free Sundays and Taco Tuesdays. And nobody does what we do. 28 fireworks, 27 giveaways. Bring your dogs, bring your kids. Kids Eat Free. Nobody does discount food at sporting events.
I know, it's crazy.
Almost every day.
It's crazy that they don't do that because people
Well,
would go
smart
nuts
of them to do that because it's a horrible business decision to sell hot dogs for $2.
Yeah, but you bring them in, bring the
sodas
people in.
But what the heck? That's how we do it. No one's ever accused me of being that smart.
I love it.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
That's awesome.
Later.
He's great. It's a great experience.
You know how long I've always yearned for local restaurants being in that ballpark?
Yeah.
After the years and years of just the same old.
Right. Yep.
Because Rochester's, if you've ever been to a Rochester game, there's a lot of local food in the.
Really?
It's also cool. There's also like a little bar that overlooks the field too, and so they've done that. They've brought that here to Syracuse. Finally, there's a bar that overlooks the field now. There's another camp or another picnic area that's fantastic. The prices are they aren't as crazy as they can be.
No,
they're doing a really good job. My football dollars that I was spending with Syracuse for football season is they're gonna get most of that.
There you go.
I'm gonna buy one of those flex passes for the games. I can't hit a lot of the weekend games, but
because you're working.
But if there's early on a Sunday or later on a Sunday, I can go, and then during the week. And it's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Grab a beer. I'll have my earbud in. I'm listening to the Braves while I'm watching the Mets. It's great.
That's awesome. Now, where do you like to sit? You like to stand, right?
I'm out in the. I buy a ticket wherever, and I stand out in the bar on left field there. Left field.
We've never tried that.
I love it. It's you overlooking everything, the field right there, and the bar's right behind you. There's a stool you can sit on the railing, and there's some tables if you want to sit also.
Okay.
But I think since that bar has been there, I don't think I've sat in a seat.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So it's not right next. It's not right next to where all those kids try to get the balls and stuff over in that grassy area.
Yeah. So that where that grassy knoll is.
Yeah.
Right above it is where
okay.
that.
Okay.
It would be where like the second tier is.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to check that out.
It's fun. It's fun up there.
We'll go to a weekday game this summer.
Yeah.
Because I like going out there. I've been going out there since I was a kid. The old MacArthur Stadium.
I could sit there with a scorecard and the whole thing. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It is. And a nice summer day, it's a great experience. It is. And it's relatively inexpensive compared to almost everything else now, which is,
And you really can't blame the game for not having, we haven't really had a team that's gone past.
Oh, right.
That
doesn't matter that much anymore.
No,
it doesn't. Not like it used to.
Because if you have good players, you're sending them to,
especially at the end of the year. And when you're in the playoffs, they're going up.
Yep.
So, it's not like it used to be when it was really important. It is much more about now developing players for the big league team. And so that's why they signed fewer veterans. They still do sign some veterans, like so either guys on the way down, right?
Like Craig Kimbrell.
Exactly, right. So you might get guys like that. You sign a guy who's a lifetime AAA guy who like hits 25 home runs every year for a AAA team. He's probably a 4A player. He's a little bit too good for AAA, but he can't make the majors. You get those guys around, but fewer and fewer now because they're realizing that it's cheaper in the long run to sign a kid at 17 in the Dominican Republic, develop him, bring him along your system, and by the time he's 21, 22, he's in the major leagues. And that's been successful for a lot of teams. So it's getting to be more of a developmental league than it has been. But it's good.
Just go with the mindset of who you're looking at, what players you're going to see.
Exactly.
Look into it. I mean, I saw Ellie De La Cruz before he went up to the Reds.
Seeing them all, you're seeing them all in Syracuse. I mean, when they come through here, the Mets, all their young guys like Nolan McLean. That kid's going to be a superstar. He is.
And the platform of the World Baseball Classic helped
exactly.
Because now his name is on people's minds.
Yes. A lot of those guys, like he said, Jason said, he's a guy playing first base. Never heard of him. He's been playing in the majors for 7 years now. I love the guy. That was so good for baseball. They need to keep doing that. Although now they're talking about moving it because the big soccer leagues overseas, they do this. They in the middle of their season, they stop and then they do stuff they let the players do world stuff. So that they're thinking about
the All-Star game.
Instead of the All-Star game, right?
It's kind of what hockey did.
And that's exactly what would happen. So that was such a good thing. And you could see how much it meant to a lot of the players, not from the U.S., of course, because they're all multi-gillionaires.
Dude,
but the Dominicans, oh, my God. The guy threw the last pitch was crying when he was throwing the last pitch. I mean, if that doesn't, tell you something, I can't help you. And at the other end of the spectrum was Kyle Schwarber taking off his silver medal before he even got to the dugout. That's the other end of the spectrum. These guys could care less. For them, it's like whatever. But for the other teams, most of them, and then you had the fun side of things. Like no one expected Italy to do anything. If I was going to pick a team to be on just to have fun, I'd be on that team. Are you kidding me? Oh, that must have been awesome.
That game that they played against the U.S. was flawless. It was just a great game for them.
Yes, and you could see how excited they were, coming against the U.S. and all the great players the U.S. had. How could you not be excited?
See, I looked at it like this. I was obviously rooting for Venezuela because my favorite player is on Venezuela, Raul Acuna Jr.
Yep.
And I look at it this way. I want him to be as hype as possible Thursday or Friday night when he takes the field at Truist Park, and that helps. Winning that, really, you could see. I mean, he walked into spring training yesterday with the medal around his neck.
Means everything to them. Really does. It's going to be a fun season too, I think.
Well, it's got to make up for what happens next season.
Yeah, which may not be a season, right? Which is terrible because it's all about the salary cap. And even and what the players should understand is look at football. Football has a salary cap, and they're making bank. I mean, there's receivers now making $40 million. The Njiba from Seattle just signed for $40 million a year. He's a receiver. So they should understand the money's there. You have to have a salary cap at some point. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
We're 5 months away, right, from where we're April, just about April. Yeah, we're about 5 months away for football. So that's, the big thing for football in this area next season is the opening of the new stadium in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's going to be the big story.
Right.
But
absolutely.
I always like it when, because being a Braves fan, thankfully they've been, over the years, they've been pretty good. It dips into football season, baseball for me. So, but it's going to be tough this year because I think the Giants are going to field a good team this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Yep.
They do.
They're going to be exciting. Let's put it that way. You never know with the NFL because of injuries and baseball too. I mean, injuries just,
but the Braves are already ravaged.
I know, right? But I'm shocked that no star got hurt at the WBC. Usually you lose one, like for the year, right?
It was the pitcher for the Mets last time.
And although Cal Raleigh, I haven't seen Cal Raleigh around recently, and he didn't play the last couple of games for the U.S., so I don't know what's going on with him. But, I mean, they came out of that pretty clean. The Yankees are healthy right now. They have Rodon and Cole need to come back.
I think the biggest problem the Yankees have is finding Aaron Judge in the postseason or in big time
moments.
Yeah.
Yep.
because he was just flat as pancake
Yeah.
at the
Again,
baseball classic.
yeah, it used to be like that with A-Rod for a long time. And then he finally busted out in the playoffs, but for a long time he was not good in the postseason.
I just can't believe how ginormous that man is.
Ugh.
He's just a big. I mean, he's the epitome of what a baseball player really should. That's what you strive to be.
Yeah,
Your right fielder, you want him to
Yeah.
be 6 foot 100. Slimmed up,
Yeah,
muscled up. Boy, can he throw a baseball?
yeah, he can.
Him and
Man.
Ronald Acuna, man, they can throw like there's no
Yep.
tomorrow.
I just saw a picture, and I don't know what's going to happen to this kid, but the 7'9" kid in Florida, he plays for the University
Yeah.
of Florida. He doesn't play. He's 7'9", and so I saw a picture of him standing next to a guy, and it was like from the shoulders up, right? And it just looked like two basketball players talking to one another. He's obviously much taller than the other guy, but then they pulled the camera back, and they're standing next to the ref, and the guy that looked like a normal guy is 6'8". And the ref looks like a child with his parents. 7'9".
He didn't play that much.
No, he's not. His coordination, he hasn't grown into. How do you grow into 7'9"? And the thing with him is he's not like super skinny, rail thin. He looks normally built, for being 7'9". I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I'd love to see something work out for him. But they have so many health problems when you get to be that tall. I mean, Yao Ming could have been one of the greatest players ever, and his feet just couldn't support his body anymore. And that's what happens to a lot of those really big guys. Greg Oden, those guys.
I don't know if you remember back in the day, he was El Gigante in WCW. And
El Gigante, yeah.
Giant Gonzalez
Sure.
in WWE. So they actually brought WCW or Ted Turner. Those people brought him in to be an Atlanta Hawk.
Really?
But he couldn't play basketball.
Oh, man.
So they trained him to be a professional wrestler.
And he's huge.
Awful. Terrible. Couldn't walk, 3 steps without falling over himself. But he was in a featured match at a WrestleMania against The Undertaker.
Unbelievable.
And that visual of he was bigger than The Undertaker. Giant Gonzalez was taller than The Undertaker, and that visual was what sold tickets.
Yeah.
But I just saw this. This is breaking from our friend Charlie Miller.
Okay.
Ocean Sushi 2 is closed on Near Boulevard.
Really?
Yeah. So it's big because Ocean Sushi. I used to go to Ocean, the original one in Liverpool. That was like one of our big COVID restaurants because it was right down the street. They did they had a window through the door, the whole thing. But yeah, he's post on where Syracuse eats. A Chinese chef, a Japanese chef, and a Korean chef walk into a 14,000 square foot restaurant on Near Boulevard. Less than 2 years later, Ocean Sushi 2 is closed.
Wow, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's a nice building too.
Yeah, it is. I don't like sushi, but my partner Shalene loves sushi.
I got to check this new place out in Cicero.
Yeah, you haven't been there?
No, and people have said it's really good.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the old Frank's Plank Road, right?
No, it's
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's the old Buffalo Wild Wings. And there's a new one in buffet, like a sushi buffet, but there's also one on Bear Road. There's I think another sushi, the Bear Road Plaza, where the Little Caesars and the Vietnamese places over there.
Okay, another one. Huh?
Yeah, we have sushi covered. Chicken, we're good here in Cicero. We got all the every chicken we have here in Cicero. We have all the pizza, all the good pizza. And so we've got all of that covered. We got every kind. If you want chicken, come to Cicero. We've got it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We got the best,
Yeah, Popeyes, you got KFC.
You got Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Dave's Hot.
Oh, okay.
We're getting a wing stop.
Oh, really? See, I heard that was really
Buffalo
good.
Wild Wings is the takeout place is back.
Okay.
So there's a lot of chicken here. I went to Little Italy Pizza and Pasta yesterday.
Where's that?
It's the new plaza in David's Landing, wherever on 31 across from the Circle K.
Yes.
Micron. Is that where they're calling it David's Landing?
Yes. That's right across the street from where we used to live.
So there's a pizza place in there.
Oh, okay.
They're known for they have slices. So I wanted to check the slices. Now, I want to say their special of a large pizza and 12 wings is $40. So it's expensive.
Yeah.
But the pizza, it's good.
Really?
Like
Okay.
the crust is in its own league.
Really?
I love cup char pepperoni.
Yes.
I had a hot honey cup char slice. Unbelievable. Now I'm not huge on pizza's been sat out, put it in the thing for a few minutes. I must have got them at a good time. These are good. And they had a Reuben slice.
No.
I said the same thing.
No.
She's like, you got to try it.
No.
Had the corned beef. It's got the Thousand Island. It's got the sauerkraut.
No.
What is it? Is Swiss cheese on a Reuben?
Yes.
It was good.
No.
It was good. $4.25 a slice there.
$4.25. Okay. See, Syracusans don't know sliced pizza because we don't have places that really do it, like New York.
No, I mean, that's
like every single place in New York does it. So we're not really. I mean, the casinos used to do it.
I'm used to it because I've always lived in Liverpool. We had Avicoli / Gino and Joe's forever,
Yeah.
and that was always, the slices.
Yeah. So
no,
the
slices.
one downtown, is that Gino and Joe's downtown, or is that no? That's
Pavone's.
Pavone's. I went there a lot when I worked in the
Yeah.
Civic Center. Great slices at Pavone's. Great.
It's
And
one
cheap
of
too.
They used to be in the
Well, they were all over
shopping
at
town
one
mall
time.
too
Yeah.
forever. And
Yes,
that's
very
used to
good.
eat.
Yes, very, very good.
But I have to go back to this Little Italy place and get just a normal
Yeah.
cheese
Yeah, yeah.
slice. That's how you.
Yes.
and Dave
Agreed.
Portnoy from Barstool Sports has that down.
I agree. I agree.
That's how you know if you come up with a good pizza. But I was very, very delighted that it's that good.
Wow. Now I just heard also that Toss and Fire is doing New Haven pizzas at all their places now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yep. Love them.
They have that, and you want to talk about a success story?
Yeah.
Nick, the guy that owns Toss and Fire, started out as a food truck doing
Yep.
parties and special events.
Yes.
And now they're everywhere.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, he might even be one of the leaders of the Food Truck Association now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're at the fair, and they're at the amphitheater.
Yep. And the guy that does the place where you played, the big open place with the beer.
Harvey's Garden.
Yeah. Harvey's
He's
Garden.
in there.
I don't know why I always can't remember the name of that place, but the guy who owns that is also very smart.
He is.
And he's got Toss and Fire in there, and he's doing the mitzvah thing. Have you
You
heard anything about mitzvah?
I'm gonna reach out to Marty and see what. Maybe we'll go back in there and get a updated video.
Definitely. It's got to be well along
because they wanted it February, so it's got to be pretty close.
Yeah, that would be great to see. Because we took the first tour, and I mean, it's just spectacular. It really could be. So hopefully, you have to have a place like that downtown. Hopefully that catches on. And then more things in that area can perhaps open.
It makes that area like it was, because that was the upscaled area of Syracuse, of downtown Syracuse back in the day.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
When you look at all the pictures and everything, and that whole area, I mean, you get the landmark has been redone.
Yeah.
Every show ever's coming in there now.
Yeah.
I like that. In Syracuse,
they got Noble Cellar
you've
right
got
there.
enough parking. People don't say there's no parking. There's plenty of parking.
Yeah. The one drawback it has is the Y. That's the one drawback. And that's been there forever. So I don't know. You're never going to get rid of them, but and maybe you shouldn't. But you have Noble Cellar right there. You're going to have this place right there. There's actually a lot of the places that have opened up recently have been more on the gourmet side of things, but that's okay. You have to have that.
Oh My
in a healthy
Darling down
city.
there.
Yes, Oh My Darling's great. The Fitz is great, which is underneath Oh My Darling.
And I know the landmark because they bring in, all the big named shows. You got to check out the Red House. It's same. They have they hire in equity professional actors and musicians and everything. They have some really good like premiere plays and stuff.
Yep.
So always check out the Red House. And I know I work for them, but I don't ever go into the building. I do stuff outside for them other than the summertime. But I wish I had more time because they invite us to all the shows.
Oh, nice.
And I can't. It's always on a Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, it's very high quality theater.
Very high quality, and the people that have in the last couple of years that have came in and started reforming the Red House are really good at what they do.
Good.
Young, open-minded people that will take it to the next level. There's no, old guy in there, crotchety,
Me, in other words.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that later.
Oh.
So that little corridor right there. So you have the Red House,
Yeah.
right? And then you have the landmark
Yeah.
right there.
And then Armory Square is right behind
Exactly. Yeah, that's a nice little setup. And the Red House, the shows there are just as good as Syracuse Stage. It's all equity
It's all-
actors. It's
yep.
great. It is. And
And
it's
then-
even more, I want to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a smaller audience. It's intimate. It's more intimate.
Intimate, and the prices are more
Yes, reasonable.
attuned to a community.
Right.
You're
Yes.
paying a little more because it's
Yeah.
equity actors.
It is equity, yes.
And I have nothing against Syracuse Stage, but their shows are getting so expensive. But
Yeah.
their theaters are small, and they've got to pay, and you get it. I wanted to go see they did A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
It was like $100 and something.
I
for a ticket.
know.
It was crazy.
It's too bad. It is, because that's really good theater.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like our off Broadway, it's really, really good. But like you said, everything now.
You can even get reasonable tickets for a Broadway show at the Landmark.
Yes.
They even have, because there's the rush tickets, if they've,
Right.
the $40, $30 thing a
Yep.
couple hours before. They do it like Broadway does. That's what's done on Broadway. You can go in the morning of a Broadway show right to the box
Theater.
office of the theater and get deals
Really,
day of. Yes.
that's the way to do it.
Yes.
As far as
Especially if
I'm
you're going to see a couple shows, if you're down there.
concerned.
Because everything, just like once gas goes up, everything else goes up.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
now we're
it's-
up to $4 here in Cicero.
I know, but it seems to me that it's the $100 barrier that's been broken
Yes.
for
Everything.
like everything, and I don't think it's going back. And that's listen. I meant to message you yesterday. There's a local band. I'm not going to say their name. I don't want to. They're playing somewhere that you play. $10 cover.
I think that's pretty good.
No,
You don't
I'm
want
not
to pay
paying
$10?
No,
People have been paying $5 for
I can walk in and see Scars and Stripes. I'm not paying anything to get in. Well, that's because.
well, yes.
But if I was just a normal dude coming in,
$5 is usually what the
really
yes.
okay.
Anywhere we play,
$5.
Average Joe's, Rockies was a $5 cover. We played Rockies on
Okay.
Saturday night.
I don't mind $5.
Sharky's, he's changing it. I think he's going back to the extravaganza, the name extravaganza this year instead of bike night. It's gonna be the old
Okay,
extravaganza.
right.
That's a $5.
Okay,
I
I can do $5.
It's a little more for middle ages is a little more
Right.
covers because it's an it's an more upscale places.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have been paying $5 since the 80s, dude. It's time to act.
Well, no, $5 is cool. I can do
$10.
$5.
That's why I think $10 is reasonable.
Well, that's 20 for a couple.
It is.
That's just walking in the door. All right, $5 is fine. I'm not paying $10. and I could probably go in free at this show too
Yes.
because I know one of the guys. But I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I don't mind $5.
When it's
You guys got to pay the band. So
that's it. I mean, we aren't free.
right. Guys got to pay the band. So
We've been together for 15 years, and we said we wanted to play No More Tears by Ozzy Osbourne
right.
on our show Saturday.
Yeah.
Jeff, my friend Jeff, our other guitar player, is out. He was a vacation. So usually smaller places, if he'll vacation in the smaller places, so it makes sense. So we needed to work at the structure of the No More Tears song because there's a lot of stuff in the middle of the song.
Yeah.
So how we do it is Jimmy makes a video, sends it out. That's how we rehearse songs.
Really?
Yeah. And in the last couple of times we've done it, if it's just one song, so we don't have to, because our drummer comes from Rochester.
Yeah.
So what we usually do
that's
is
tough.
we have like a once every 6 months we'll get together for a big couple-hour rehearsal, go over some new stuff, go over stuff we haven't before. But we're lucky because places like Turning Stone, we have to get there so early. We jam for an hour while we're there.
Right.
But we spend a lot of time doing what we do, and
You need to be paid for it.
we need to be paid for it. But the problem is, drinks are going up.
Yeah.
Everything else is going up. Our price is staying
The same. Yeah.
So we have to pay more for the sound guys. Sound guys are, and
What does the sound guy
it's
get?
$500-600 now.
I got $50.
$500-600. $400-600. You're looking at a normal club with the stuff that we need. And then you got
wait. Does the sound guy bring the equipment?
Yes, he brings the equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his stuff.
Oh, all right.
We don't own our, no.
Okay.
We hire lights and sound.
All right, that makes sense.
And that ranges from anywhere from a small place to $300-400 to $600-700-800.
Really?
All day kind of deal. So you have to factor that in.
Yeah.
You have to factor in that 25 to 30% of a check that is written out to us goes to taxes.
Right. So now wait a minute. When you go to Turning Stone, you don't have to bring your own sound.
No,
guy,
that's
right? That's different.
All of the casinos that we play,
They have their own stuff.
Del Lago, Turning Stone, Rivers.
You like Rivers, right?
I love Rivers. It's just because it's like a getting away weekend.
Yeah, it's Schenectady, right? Yeah.
Vernon Downs does not. We have to bring our own sound, but that's not. It's a small area,
real
so
small.
it's not a big deal.
Right.
So you're right off the top.
Yeah,
you're $1,000 in the hole after taxes and sound. So if the band gets $200 or $300 a guy, you're lucky.
Wow. Yeah. So
we definitely aren't doing it in the band realm to make a living.
No, you're not. No,
I have to play 4 or 5 times a week to make a living off of it.
Yes, you do.
And there's some times this summer, it's crazy, man. We got a week in June and July that I think we're playing 3 or 4 times in a row. Scars. We actually had to look at the schedule and go, we probably shouldn't do that ever again.
No,
maybe like 15 years ago when we first started. But,
yeah. Wow,
and
that's
it's
hard
not,
on your
and
voice, man.
We're not pushing. It's all the stuff, the outdoor stuff during the summertime. There's so much stuff going on. Everybody's,
which is great. It is. It's
Three
great.
Bastards is going to. They're redoing their model, Three Bastards Brewery out in Vernon.
Okay.
He built this beautiful courtyard, huge stage. You can have national acts out there. You can have B and C level national acts. It's like a Sharky's kind of thing, but not covered like Sharky's.
Mm-hmm.
He built in. It almost looks like the old school field days, is with the built-in counters in the inside of the.
Oh yeah.
The pavilions.
Yes, yeah.
And he started that last year, and he was charging $10, and it fell flat the first year. But I don't think he's charging a cover this year. We took a little less because of that, and it's going to be hopefully it'll kick. He owns that whole area down there. The guy that owns Three Bastards, he's got Dibbles in the wedding facility.
Yes,
that's his. The mason jar, that's his.
Wow,
all of that area down there, and he just picked up. He bought a bar in Oneida. He's now called the Blind Squirrel, and then Dunn's in Oneida. Do you remember Dunn's in Oneida? I think it's Dunn's. So it's called Dunn's.
Is he a Nation member?
No, it's David Sturpey.
Oh, okay.
He owns. I call that area I call it Sturpey Boulevard. So he owns everything.
Wow.
I think Dunn's. He's redoing Dunn's. Getting a good pub menu.
Nice.
And Dunn's. That's what he does. He's the food at Three Bastards is out of this world.
We're gonna have to check that out. We've never
go
gone there.
And he gets a little slack because Three Bastards last year changed over. It's 18 and over now at all times.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I think they kind of did that for football and stuff because it's, he's pretty big Buffalo bar on Sundays.
Okay.
But I played there for Green Beer Sunday last Sunday, the Sunday after Packed. He gets him in there. It's the food.
We'll definitely check it out. All right, so we need to line up some stuff for next week. I got a couple things in the works, and then
we'll set them up.
A couple weeks from now, or 2 or 3 weeks from now, should be a huge announcement.
Huge. He just texted me again that of the something, so we'll look at it before you leave.
Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it, Bill and I, very, very much. All right, take care of yourselves, and God willing, we're all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.